Hi, this is Kim Holsapple, Total Grain Marketing. Going to give you a little update here on the markets as we see them here today. This is a broadcast on Friday morning here. Probably the biggest issues we're seeing in the grain markets right now, and I'll start out with corn. The ethanol industry is kind of in shambles right now. We're seeing a lot of ethanol closures as far as plants goes. We typically do business with 7 ethanol plants. In our trade territory, right now we only have 3 of those ethanol plants that we're able to haul grain into. It's had a big impact on where the movement of grain is going from our territory. In the same token, most of the grain ethanol plants to the east of Illinois are having some issues. That's throwing a lot of grain back onto the market that typically would be used into ethanol. Ethanol uses 5.4 billion bushel of corn a year in the U.S. We're looking for that maybe to be down as much as 40% in the last few weeks. We're really having some big issues. Corn's backing up quite a bit, which has affected our basis. So basis levels going to the east are very, very weak right now. We are still able to hit a few of those plants, but the corn, fortunately, going to the west, going to the St. Louis market has hung in there very well. Decatur basis has hung in somewhat well. It weakened up earlier on and it's come back maybe 10 cents in the last couple of weeks. We also have the CN rail bid that's come into play. Now the CSX rail at our Casey facility has backed off. Casey and Will Hill has backed off quite a bit. But the CN 100-car trains at Neoga has improved roughly 10 cents a bushel while this collapse is going on to the east. So it's give our company a little bit of a chance to move some grain out of some areas that we didn't typically move out of. Corn is in a mess right now. We've seen May corn hit 301 earlier in the week. It's trading at about 312 right now. I would tell you the hog industry, I should say livestock industry in general, is really in tough shape right now. We're seeing the hogs back up. Slaughter plants are closing down. We're seeing the weights on the hogs that are going to market are increasing, but there's been some pigs euthanized actually so they don't go to market. There's just no place to put these pigs. So it's been really, really tough in the livestock industry also. So we've already seen a collapse of the ethanol industry, and the livestock industry seems to be the one right now that's putting pressure on this market. It sounds like the poultry guys in the southeast are lightening up the weights of their birds going to market, and also they're cutting the rations back. They're slowing the birds up quite a bit as far as going to market from what I hear. So a lot of impact on ethanol and starting to impact in the livestock. So our carryout looks like it's going to go from what was projected to be 1.9 billion bushel in August on corn up to maybe 2.3, 2.4 billion. We'll have a report come out in May on the corn to let us know exactly what they're thinking, be around May the 10th. I don't know the exact date. As far as soybeans goes, soybeans have hung in much better than what corn has from a basis standpoint. We're still able to move soybeans into the Decatur market. We're moving beans into the St. Louis market. Also going to Mount Vernon, Indiana with soybeans, as well as rail. We were able to move some beans out of our eastern rail facilities yesterday going into Valdosta, Georgia. So we're moving beans into the Georgia market. So beans have fared a little bit better. Exports have been somewhat better on beans. We're seeing some go out of St. Louis down to the Gulf, which China has returned back to be a buyer of the soybean market. So nothing that's getting the market very excited from a board trade standpoint. Very, very slow movement from the country. Of course, a lot of you producers are out in the field right now, so we're not seeing you guys too excited about moving grain right now. But from a flat price standpoint, it just doesn't look real good here in the immediate future. We're hoping things will turn around, but quality is probably a real big concern. If you still have grain in your bins, please go out and watch it. We've seen a lot of bad corn come to the market in the last 30 days, and we expect that there's a lot more out there, as well as our own company. We've had our own issues within our company, so just stay on top of that. It's hard enough to get rid of good corn, and bad corn right now is really tough to get rid of. So with that being said, I guess I'll wrap this up. Just be careful out there, and good luck.